Hi everyone, my name is Harleen Kaur and in today's video I am going to talk about an important legal concept in the business law which is known as voluntary assumption of risk. So now this principle is important in businesses which involves the physical activities like gym, sports centers and or amusement parks. So if someone gets hurt and they could try to sue the business, but the voluntary assumption of risk could protect the business if the person is willingly to accept the danger ahead of time. According to the textbook Managing the Law, the legal aspects of doing business. Voluntary assumption of risk is defense in the negligence law. It means that if someone knew the risk and chose to take part anyway, they may not be able to sue if something goes wrong. This defense only works in the following two things, like when the person knew about the risk, if the person clearly agreed to the accept the risk. Now here is the introduction to the case. A case that really stood out to me is Crocker versus Sundance Northwest Resorts Limited. I found it interesting because it shows a signing waiver isn't always enough. People have to truly understand the risk they are taking. Like now there is a background to the case, or here's what happened. In this case, Mr. Crocker joined a dangerous inner tube race in a ski resort. The resort had people sign a waiver saying they accepted all the risk that involves in the race. But here is the catch. Crocker had been drinking and was clearly intoxicated. He got seriously injured in the race and sued the resort for the negligence, saying let him race even though he was drunk and couldn't really agree to the risk. So here is what court has decided in this case. So the Supreme Court of the Canada decided that the resort could not use the defense of voluntary assumption of risk. But why? Because even though there was a signed waiver, Crocker was drunk and didn't fully understand what he was agreeing to. The court said for this defense to work, the person must know two things. The first one is know the risk, and the second one is the accept it voluntarily and easily. Since the resort staff saw he was drunk and let him race anyway, they are still liable. So the textbook rule was used, but the judge said that or added that a waiver doesn't protect a business if the person doesn't understand what they are agreeing to or what they are signing. So Crocker won the case and he received all the damages to his injuries. Now, why it matters for the business leaders? Now let's bring this back to the business world. If you are a business owner, especially a businesses which involves the running activities like snowboarding, like bungee jumping, fitness activities, and etc., you can't just rely on a signed waiver. You have to make sure that customers fully understand the risk and are in a good condition to accept them. Let's say you run a trampoline park. You give people to form a form to sign at the entrance. That's great, but if someone is clearly injured or under the influence and you still let them jump, the waiver may not protect you. So here is a props explanation. So there is a prop one like printed waiver form. It's like a printed form that says something like I accepted all risk of injury by signing the waiver. This is an example of a waiver that many businesses use, but just having this signed doesn't means you are fully protected. So there is a prop 2 helmet or sports gear. Show a helmet, safety pads, or some kind of gear. So this helmet represents how businesses deal with the risky activities. Even with the safety gear, people need to know what risk they are getting into, and they need to capable of agreeing to it. So, if we come to the conclusion to the whole case that the voluntary assumption of risk is a legal defense that protects businesses when someone willingly accepts the risk of an activity. So now we can say, but to use it, you have to show that the person really knew what they are agreeing to. If they didn't or couldn't, defense won't work. So that's a powerful lesson for the business leaders. Always make sure your customers understands what they are signing up for. So here is the whole information about the voluntary assumption of risk. Thanks for watching.